What's going on, everyone? So, the upcoming Scream 7. I am excited for this film. Simply, outside of it's another Scream movie, take all the Scream movies we can get, but there is so much mystery kind of rooted in this film. One of the things that I was really excited for Scream 5 and then ultimately kind of disappointed in was this level of freshness. This level of hey, we have no idea what's about to happen here. We have no idea what kind of direction they're going to go, right? These are entirely new people. Right? How many killers are they going to have? How's the story going to go? Are they going to kind of, take little pieces from different films and kind of put them together and whatnot? And then ultimately we ended up getting, in many ways, it was some ways different, but in many ways, kind of carbon copy Scream 96, which they said themselves was going to be. And it was the homage film. It was the callback film for Wes Craven. But then Scream 6, I felt kind of fell down the same rabbit hole. Where now you have Scream 7. Carpenter sisters, right? That story we're moving past, right? And now you're back to Sydney, which to a level, you kind of have this idea of how this is going to go, right? Probably not going to kill Sydney, right? You're probably going to get some high stake moments and whatnot, but overall, right? You kind of get a gist of it. But here's the thing. Sydney's never had a family before. Sydney's never, had children before, right? Now she's not just responsible to protect and keep herself safe, but she's also responsible and needs to protect to keep her family safe, her younger children and her older daughter Tatum and her husband Mark, right? The stakes are much higher for Sidney Prescott than they've ever been. Also, how are they going to approach the killers, right? Is it going to, are they going to go the same old story that we've seen several times, or are we going to get a different route? Are they going to go the cult route? Right? And if so, how is that going to approach? Even, you see all the Stu Macher, is Stu Macher really alive or dead, right? Is he coming back to be the mastermind? I'm not personally a fan of it, but it's still this kind of question mark. There's so much kind of allure with this upcoming film. Scream 8 is greenlit, right? And so we know we're getting another installment, which even that kind of adds a layer of intrigue to it. Because it's okay, is this film going to end on a cliffhanger? Are they going to have a conclusive scene? And then maybe at the end, it kind of has this thing. Are they going to set up some kind of grandiose thing where, the heroes win in this one, but, hey, this is far from over. This is just the beginning. So strap in type thing. Right? There's a lot of directions in which they can go with this. Right? Does Tatum end up turning Sydney's daughter portray her like everyone else in her life has always done, right? I love the intrigue and mystery. And I really do believe that they have an opportunity here to kind of have a freshness to the Scream franchise, right? You're in the 7th installment, right? At some point, you're going to have to start trying to break new ground in particular ways. Scream 6, I thought, had some moment, right? With Jason and Greg, and now you had the 3 killer routes, right? There were some things that they incorporated that was okay, that they changed it up a little bit, but ultimately it just led to Scream 2 2.0, which I was again disappointed. But you have this balance where you don't want to lose what Scream is, right? You don't want to turn it into a franchise it's not. You don't want it to go from a horror slasher film to this weird horror film, right? And you've seen that with a lot of franchises from, Friday the 13th, even some of the Halloween films, things like that, where it's just it started out as this and eventually branched out to this rather than just kind of following the path here, right? Instead of going this way, it just kind of went this, and it's just okay, whoa, didn't expect that coming, right? I don't want to see them ever go down that road, but you do need to have and be able to maintain and keep audiences' excitement and engagement, right? If you just kind of have the same thing over and over and over again, which is another reason why I'm disappointed that Scream 5 and 6 were so similar, they were a modern version of Scream 1 and 2, because it's just how many times you can do that, right? Now people kind of have an expectation and kind of know what to expect before they even get in the movie. I don't want to watch a Scream 1, 2, and 3 again. If I want to do that, I'll just watch Scream 1, 2, and 3. I want to see what is Scream 5, 6, and 7 look like? Now it's 7, 8, and likely 9, 10. Like I said, they're going to go on forever if they can. And after they bought the rights to Scream and all that stuff, I mean, they probably haven't even broken even yet, right? So like, that's my thing, right? Like this is a franchise that, but that's the beauty. You can go on forever, right? It's not a Jason. It's not a Michael to where once you kill him, that's it, right? I mean, well, in Jason's case, he always comes back, but it's not a Michael where it's just kind of like, well, dead. Now we need to reboot the franchise. Now we need to do a different timeline. Now we need to go a completely different direction, right? Like you can just go on forever. But in doing so, you want to keep the inherents, but you also want to kind of add new elements to it, right? And I do think Scream 7 really has an opportunity here to do so. You're going to have an entirely new cast that is, yes, you're going to have some familiar faces, obviously with Sidney Prescott, Gale Weathers, the Meeks twins, but you have all of these, like, I want to know, how is Sidney's family? How is she as a mother? Is she overbearing? Is she overprotective? Is she, how is she as a wife? Is she, again, overprotective, overbearing, right? How's the dad? Is he the cool dad, right? Is he the nice guy? Like, hey, don't ask mom, ask dad type thing. How is he as a husband? Is he, the prototype, like just the dream husband, or is it a little rocky because of Sydney's past and, they're having their struggles or whatever, right? Like there's so many things and so many layers to the Scream film that, one, I worry about the execution because I don't think Scream 5 and 6 was, really well flushed out and, excellent character development and all this stuff. Like there were a lot of disappointments, in my opinion, to the previous Scream 5 and 6, but I do think that you have this mystery element to it, this freshness to it, this like, hey, how are they going to approach this? How are they going to go about this? Right? Like, is it going to be 1 killer? Is it going to be 5? Is it going to be 3? Right? Yes, it's still, Spyglass and whatnot, but you have Kevin Williamson back in the helm. What's his vision? What's his idea? How is he approaching this? Right? From not only a director standpoint, but just a story standpoint. How much input did he actually have? Right? Like there's so much potential, I think, sitting with this Scream that we haven't had really. Like, I just, after Scream 5, you kind of were like, I mean, look, I talked about literally as soon as Scream 6 was announced, before rumors or speculation or anything, I was like, if they do X, Y, and Z, I'm going to be very disappointed. And then I maintained that the entirety of the way. And then Scream 6 came out and they did X, Y, and Z, and I was disappointed, right? I'm hoping that this Scream, it's not Sydney's brother, right? Like, I hope it's not something like that. He had a twin, right? Like, I don't want anything like that. But anyway, as always, this is a discussion, pass question on you. Let me know your thoughts and opinions down in the comments below. Do you agree with me? Disagree with me? Mixed? In the middle? However you feel, whatever your thoughts are. Either way, let me know down in the comments. That being said, if you haven't liked this video, hit that like button. Helps me a lot. So we enjoy these types of videos, and I truly appreciate it. Not subscribe channel. What are you doing? Hit that subscribe button. Turn on the bell notifications. Appreciate y'all. See you in the next one. Thank you.